Hi, boys and girls. I wanted to share this book with you, and it's called Playing with Light and Shadows. I know that we've been talking a lot about light and shadows. I want you to stop the video for a minute, and I want you to think about in your schema, what are the different things that we have been learning about light and shadow and sun, because this is a nonfiction or informational book. So what is really important is that before you do a reading like this with a book like this, you want to think about what you already know because it'll help you understand the facts and the information that you're going to learn, and whether you already know those things or whether those pieces of information are new to you. So we have playing with light and shadow. Go ahead and start the video when you have taken a minute to just kind of think, what are some of the things that you already know about this topic? Okay, so we have our heading here. Try to move this out of the way a little bit. And the heading is called Light and Shadows. So again, when we have a heading like this in nonfiction or informational books, it means that that's what we're going to learn about. The next couple of pages really are going to give us information about that. So it says light is all around us. Light falls on the objects we see. What is that dark shape on the ground? It is a shadow. Remember, when we have a bold word, that's what this is called. When we have a bold word in a book, if it's on the computer, a lot of times we can click on it, and of course that's not going to happen here. We usually can click on it and a glossary will pop up. The glossary will tell you what a shadow is. Sometimes what happens is the author tells you what that word means. So it's a bold word here, but if you, let me move this out of the way a little bit. If you look here, it says a shadow forms where light is blocked. So the author has really told us, if we weren't quite sure what a shadow was, the next sentence tells us the way, and we've talked about that, the way that a shadow is formed is that the light cannot move through whatever object is in the way and it makes a shadow. Remember, we always want to read our captions because they'll give us some idea as to what is happening in this picture. It says the boys are blocking the sunlight. I want you to stop the video and think about, where have you seen shadows? What shadows have you seen? Here we see them on a soccer field. Maybe you've seen them on a soccer field or another place. I saw a shadow the other day as I was walking Sadie. There was a shadow of both my shadow and then Sadie's shadow because the light was not able to transfer or go through either one of us. So we were blocking. All right, now we have a new heading. So I need to read that heading because new information is coming to me. Blocking light is the next heading. So the next couple of pages are really going to talk to us about light that is blocked. So some materials are opaque. Oh, I'm not sure what that is. And guess what? That's a bold word. But wait a minute, let me read on a little bit. They block all light that hits them. Oh, I'm going to go reread that because that is really important for me to think about and know as a fact. Some materials are opaque. They block all light that hits them. I want you to stop the video and list what are some things that you are seeing around your house that are opaque. When the light comes in, it's not going to be able to go through there. It's going to stop it. Go ahead and start the video when you're ready. Shadows form behind opaque objects. And then it says, this swing has a shadow. That's the caption. And it has a shadow because it is opaque. The light cannot get through the swing tire, the tire swing, I should say. Some materials are translucent. Ooh, let's clap that word. Translucent. It's a longer word. They block some light, but some light passes through. Here's my caption. Translucent objects make shadows. So as we look at this, I see that yes, that light is coming through the glass a little bit. So it's almost like in the middle, okay? It is letting some light through, but it's also blocking some light. It does a little of both. Okay, let's see what else we have. Transparent materials let all light pass through. No shadows form. The window frame makes a shadow. The glass does not. I want you to stop the video and look for some transparent materials or things that you have at your house. Like I'm already noticing, and I see it in the picture, but my glasses are transparent. But the frames that the glasses are in are not. They're opaque. Light does not get through there. See if you can walk around and find some transparent materials that will let the light pass through, so you're not going to see a shadow. Start the video when you're ready to go on. Here's my new heading, changing shadows. I think we may have some schema for this. Let's see if we know some of this information. A shadow is shaped like the object that blocks the light. Shadows change size during the day. Let me read the caption. These shadows will grow and shrink. I want you to stop the video and think, why? We should know the answer to that. Why do shadows change? See if you could pull that from your schema. When you're ready, turn the video back on. In the morning, shadows are long. At noon, shadows are very short. It says this shadow looks stretched. Again, I want you to think about why. Why does that happen? In the evening, shadows are long again. Remember, we read about the position that we see or the sun is in. That determines where the light shines and whether the shadow is formed. Remember, boys and girls, I want to make sure we know this. The sun stays where it is, but the earth rotates. That means it goes around the sun. We're going to talk a little bit more about that later on too, because it has that's what determines when our day is and when our night is. So we'll talk about that coming up. Playing with shadows. That's my new heading. You can make shadows. I want you to think about, have you ever made a shadow? Have you ever seen a shadow at your house? I bet you have. Stand outside in the sun. Make shadow puppets with your hands. Think about why your hands can make a shadow. Think about the words that we learned. Are they opaque? Are they translucent? Are they transparent? Okay. Think about that. Look at your hand. How else can you block the light? And we see that she has an umbrella, which of course will block the light. Here's our glossary. Remember, that tells us what some of those bold words in an informational book, what they mean. So if you needed to reread or you've forgotten what opaque was or what a shadow was, translucent or transparent, this is the place you would go to just kind of refresh your memory or to learn it for the first time. All right, boys and girls, underneath you're going to see a link for Seesaw, and your job now is to think about one fact that you learned about shadows and light, and you're writing that in your green journal, so the journal with the green cover. Okay. Again, think about one fact. You may even, before you can listen to this video again. You can jot something down on your dry erase board so you don't forget what you want to write about, and then go to your green journal. You're going to then take a picture on Seesaw so that I can see the new fact that you learned from this reading. All right. Talk to you soon.